today, I described Matt Reeves' The Batman trailer as hyper-masculine. I'm loath to divide things by gender. But in life, from movies to consumer products, etc., there are things that, usually Hollywood goes for 4-quadrant appeal. That's the biggest appeal, and that's how you can make the most money. But sometimes you get a little more laser focused. You get a little more niche. And I'll be curious to see if any of that's reflected in the box office for these movies. I think they're both incredibly well made, and maybe that will, bring over the demographic that's not particularly targeted with both of them. But this is hyper feminine, in my opinion, and it's an interesting choice. It's an intellectual choice, from Patty Jenkins' perspective, because in the 80s, the decade when this movie takes place, that was the heyday for toys aimed at girls. A lot of popular shows, popular toys, Barbie, She-Ra, Gem, and I think that this very much reflects that. In fact, it feels like you're playing with Barbie dolls, or it's a Saturday morning cartoon aimed at girls. So I think the nostalgia is strong. I think the appeal towards women is, I think also the LGBT community, which has always been the case with Wonder Woman. I think Patty Jenkins is really, on target. I do wonder if guys will be interested in this. I think that what will appeal to other people, Chris Pine, I think don't underestimate how important he is to this franchise. It's hard for me to imagine a Wonder Woman movie in the future where he isn't around, so I hope they have another loophole for him at the end of this movie. Also, a lot of action based on a comic book character. The action sequences look very strong. And also, a lot of good-looking people, which always helps with movies as well. Everyone here looks gorgeous. All right, so let's break this down. It was my favorite trailer yesterday, from a personal perspective. As I said, the Batman won the day, but for my own personal opinion, for my enjoyment, I just thought this was great. All right, so here we are back on Themyscira, flashback. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Who built all this? The Amazons. They build their own stuff, or the gods just set it all up for them? They're like, it's ready to move in. It's right next to a waterfall. Look at this. So this is their arena. And look, so I think this thing in the middle there, I wonder if you're supposed to jump through it maybe. I don't think so, though, but that would be cool. I don't know why it's there if you're not supposed to jump through it. All right, so these seats on the top are crappy. Boy, especially, I don't know. I get there early. A lot of Amazons, though. They can fill a stadium. All right. So it's the big competition, which we never got to see. I like this. This is great. And the only kid on the island thinks she can compete. Oh, she can compete. Everyone looks great. These suits look fantastic. I would love, Patty Jenkins wants to do an Amazon series or a movie, but I would really be excited about it. I think that would be a great idea. She's ready. There goes the gong. Now look at this. So they're cutting back and forth. She's always been trying to prove herself. I don't know why everybody else is on that swinging log. What are you doing, Diana? She's not playing by the rules. Maybe they're going to try and catch up to her on that. That's interesting. I'm curious as to how this American Ninja Warrior setup goes. But anyway, my only problem here is that we saw them filming this and she's on a harness. So she can, they were like, oh, we shot it practically. We'll take out the wires. But the only problem is that her feet don't always totally touch the ground. So it kind of makes it not totally sell this moment. She kind of does a little. I don't know if they do that with CGI to make her actually touch it. But it's fine. It's not made for frame-by-frame perusal. I'll tell you that. She's so great. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. It's fantastic. So there she's in the water. Now look at this. So she's going to leap here too. She's really selling it, just like Harrison Ford used to. No vanity in that performance. So look, I don't know what the heck she lassoed, but she's off. Now here she is lassoing some lightning. Of course, she is the half daughter of Zeus, and it's very cool. I don't know why she can't just fly, to be honest with you. They have to keep coming up with stuff for her to lasso. She lassos lightning. She lassos the wind. She lassos the cloud. Why can't she just fly? All right, so anyway, she's like, boy, I better not leave home without my lasso. It's the only thing I got left. It helps me fly and fight crime. because she lost her sword and shield, which I'm upset about. All right, so I love this intro. I love the logo. I like that it's like this cool, like, pink and these cool neon colors, but it's got the drums of war over it. That's a perfect combination. It balances it out beautifully, because Wonder Woman's a warrior. It's very exciting. I love drums. I'm telling you, this movie is like made for me. It's like everything I love. So we see, this is from the end of the movie, you'll see. Now look at, was that Air Force One? Or whatever not Air Force One, but whatever, Marine One. Yes, I've seen enough movies to know the names of the different things. So that's Marine One. He's took the president's helicopter. So here he is broadcasting to the world from the White House. Maybe he wished. The theme of this movie is careful what you wish for, because Max Lord doesn't have the ability to mind control. He has a wishing artifact. You'll see. So I guess he wished to be able to speak at the White House. So he's talking to everyone, and I'm curious as to why it's broadcast everywhere and what the point of that is. Does everyone make a wish right then? We'll see. Now we see what Wonder Woman's wish was for Steve Trevor to come back. Oh, the feels! It's so romantic. I love it. And there he is. I told you from what I heard, it's like a heaven can wait situation. He's in someone else's body. We'll see if that's still the case. He's like, you haven't aged a day. She looks fantastic. Every time she gets out of that car, I'm scared. She needs fashion tape. Fashion tape to the rescue. So Barbara is like really jealous. She's like, you have everything. Look at me. I'm running it home at night and you're with this. She's in white. She's in black. So Barbara's going for a midnight run. Oh, it's like they were never apart. That's really going to be beautiful. Washington, D.C. is a great setting for Wonder Woman. I liked her being in Europe quite a bit, but I think Washington, D.C. is also a great choice. You know, we have Batman in Gotham and Superman in Metropolis, but Wonder Woman is in D.C. I like that. Because she still has hope in the government. And also, she likes all the buildings, too, because all the Greco-Roman influences. She feels like home to me. So there she is at the museum. It belongs in a museum. I love that. I love the Indiana Jones element to the character. So she looks fabulous, by the way. You can't see it here, but we saw in another photo, she's got cheetah print heels on. Oh, she has I'm like, I'd love to see, my wish is to see Wonder Woman's shoe closet. All right. So she comes in. Barbara's like, I'm excited to work here. All right, but I secretly hate you. I would be upset if I were Diana. I'd be like, we were friends. I invited you over to my house or out for drinks, and you secretly hate me? All right. So anyway, look, the lasso deflecting the bullets is okay, but I prefer when she uses the gauntlets to deflect the bullets. That's the coolest, in my opinion. And also, where are they going? Are they deflecting into the walls? She's destroying the White House. I don't know why they're shooting at her, by the way. I'm curious as to what's going on. Is that Maxwell Lord on the floor? Yes, he's like, protect me, protect me. All right. So there's Cheetah. Like, you can wish all you want, Barbara, but you still clearly don't have any fashion sense. That outfit looks so bad. You can see behind her, they broke the banister there, so there's some kind of fight has already started. And Cheetah's like, there's a new... It looks like two Barbie dolls literally standing across from each other. That's hilarious. I think it's very appealing, but that's exactly what it looks like. So she tries to do the old arm cross, EMP. She's like, boy, I'd be like, Wonder Woman, keep it together. You can't be that scared of Kristen Wiig. Have some self-respect. So this is the worst wire work I've ever seen. I think they should have kept doing it. I'd be like, I don't care if we're here for 4 days. We're going to keep doing this until you do it. And if I have to get someone else to do it and then just digitally put your face on them, Kristen Wiig, that's what we're going to do. Because this is a mess. That looks just so bad. It's the worst wire work I've ever seen. It's both bad and embarrassing. And I love this movie, so that's how bad it is. It's so bad. I'd be like, Barbara, you're leaving a loser with your powers. I bet I could make Barbara really angry. Okay. So look, so she somehow gets through the EMP, and even right there, why isn't her hair flying back? Has she used that much hairspray? I think she has. It is the 80s. She's like, Aquanet, haha. I mean, this is so bad. I just would have kept doing it. I'd be like, you're going to ruin the movie. I'm just going to keep doing it. All right, so here are some better shots, because Gal Gadot I think is a little better at this. Chris Pine, these guys, they're both really good actors, very professional. So there, she's an apex predator, and she took down this guy in a trench coat. She's like, don't you deep throat me. All right. She's like, I love it. I'm not a victim. It's like a less cool version of the Selena Kyle story in Batman Returns. All right. So I don't know why Max is so upset, but he's like, it's never enough. 80s greed. He looks a little sick. Maybe his wishes are finally, there's a cost. Barbara's like, she clearly likes him. All right. She's like, are we going out later? All right. So I don't know what she's lassoed onto there. The sun? I think maybe an airplane. I'm not. She just is one end of it twirl and pulls her along. Why can't she fly? I mean, she looks amazing in the clouds, doesn't she? I just don't understand what the lasso stuff's going on there. That seems a little ridiculous to me. Like, you can just fly. I think we'll just do that. So they're in the plane. Isn't this cool? This is supposed to be like the invisible jet. That's why I'm curious as to why they're bringing up radar. I believe that it's supposed to be invisible to radar, which is the invisibility factor of it. So anyway, they're in there, and I love that he's like, I'm a great flyer. They're never going to find us. And she's like, since you were gone, they invented radar. I think that's fantastic. And I like that he's like, are they going to shoot us down? He's great. And they're having a really nice date night in the sky with the fireworks. I don't know what's going on here. That's the last time he's going to be invited to the White House. I don't know where all this wind's coming from. He also has apparently put a lot of Aquanet in his hair. All right, here we go. More Barbie on Barbie violence. All right, so here we go. Here's Cheetah. I think she looks great. Although if you remove her being cursed by a god to turn into a cheetah, why does she turn into a cheetah? I know it's careful what you wish for. I wish I were an apex predator. Well, you know who's an apex predator? A cheetah. I guess that kind of works. But I'd be like, why a cheetah? I think she looks better. I think she looks better than she did in her other outfits. Maybe that's because she chose the animal print. Maybe it's like Ghostbusters, where you choose your own destruction. She should have chosen something else. She'd worn more snake print, she would have been a snake. Oh, look at the claws on her feet. I'd be a little upset about that. I'd be like, Barbara, your feet are huge. She's like, I know, I can't wear heels. I'm so upset. That's why she's jealous of Wonder Woman's closet. So she lands, and I gotta say, while she looks cool, she looks absolutely nothing like Kristen Wiig. And I don't understand that, because don't you just scan Kristen Wiig into the computer and then stick that face on the digital figure? Also, we've seen some photos of leaked of Kristen Wiig in the makeup, and she looks like Kristen Wiig there, but that looks nothing like Kristen Wiig. I'd be like, are you sure that's you, Barbara? Are there two cheetahs out here? It's so dark. It's too dark. There she grabs that cat by the back of its neck and just slams it down. Bad kitty. It would be great if she had a water bottle. I love it. She took the wings off. She means business. She's like, I'm going to house train you. I told you I can make Barbara really angry. That's why Peter Parker does it. Make you lose your temper. So this is great. I love the fashion show. Who doesn't love, again, it's very female, very female LGBT oriented. Who doesn't want to watch a fashion show? So Steve Trevor comes out. Look, he's got the punchline right there. Hey, it's the American flag on it. He's a soldier. I love it. He's very patriotic. Soldier spy. So he's like, hey, look at this. And I like that she's like, I think you can do better. Where is she getting these horrible clothes from? But it is a funny gag that he's like, is everyone parachute now? It's like, no, it's just a fashion statement. And there's the trailer. I think it's just gonna be an absolutely fabulous time. What do you think of it? I'm curious. What are your thoughts on how the movie looks? What do you think about Cheetah? And also, what do you think of the stylistic choices? What was your favorite trailer out of DC FanDome, and why? I'd be very curious to hear that. All right, thanks for going over this with me. Subscribe today, and of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.